transformation. For a city that has risen from the ashes 7 times, Delhi is no stranger to change. On 1st July 2002, the capital underwent yet another change. The privatization of power distribution by the government of Delhi. North Delhi Power Limited, a joint venture between Tata Power and Government of Delhi, came into being as one of the 3 private power distribution companies formed after unbundling of the erstwhile Delhi Vidyut Board. A company that has altered the way Delhi looks at power distribution. A company that went on to become a harbinger of change and has won several accolades for its pioneering initiatives both in India and on an international platform. As our story unfolds, you will learn how a sector where a government subsidy of over 1,200 crores per annum was being provided to bridge the revenue gap and keep tariff under control, and which was traditionally fraught with rampant power cuts, corruption, electricity theft, frequent transformer failure, and a staggering base of unsatisfied consumers underwent a transformation. NDPL electrifies North and Northwest Delhi, delivering power to approximately 1 million consumers spread across an area of 510 square kilometers. There are over 1 lakh buildings under the NDPL sphere of influence, and it delivers power to nearly 5 million people. When NDPL took over, the aggregate technical and commercial losses in its licensed area were as high as 53%, or in other words, approximately 4 crore rupees per day. Today, in a short span of 7 years, NDPL has been credited with successfully transforming an old, ailing and infrastructurally weak distribution network. The AT&C losses in NDPL area have shown a record decline. As on March 2009, the losses stood at 15%, which is a reduction of over 73% since 2002. The new order rang in change. New benchmarks were set, new standards were established. In a bid to increase efficiency, profitability and consumer satisfaction, NDPL initiated a slew of consumer-centric initiatives and extensively used IT for building a smart distribution network. It incurred add-on capital expenditure of over 1,900 crore rupees on network upgradation and augmentation till financial year 2009 on an initial acquisition cost of 920 crore rupees. NDPL automated all its 66 kV and 33 kV grids in order to operate all equipment directly from the central command center, resulting in faster resolution of faults. The power supply situation has improved over the years owing to high investment in the network and stringent maintenance practices. The old electromechanical meters were replaced with accurate electronic meters. NDPL has to its credit several firsts: automatic meter reading, GSM-based street lighting system, SMS-based fault management system, setting up of advanced center for network management for remote load and distribution management. Almost 2/3 of NDPL's revenues are metered by an automated meter reading AMR remote system, which was developed by NDPL. It is a far cry from the initial days in 2002, when NDPL started with only 2 computers inherited from the state utility after privatization.
NDPL has been a unique story of turnaround in power sector through a public-private partnership model. In the year 2002, when we took over the distribution operations of the erstwhile Delhi Vidyut Board, which was a state-run electricity board, the aggregate technical and commercial losses were to the order of 53%, which means that for every 2 units that we were buying and pumping into the system, less than 1 unit was being billed and collected. This meant a loss of about rupees 4 crores per day, something equivalent to $1 million of loss per day. Today, we are down to 14% of AT&C losses. In the 7 years period that we have been operating, the transformation capacity has increased by 3-fold. All this involved a lot of investment. In fact, we would have invested 2 times what the electricity board invested in 50 years, in just 7 years. Now, this would have normally meant a huge tariff increase for the consumers. However, the efficiency gains that we brought in by reducing the AT&C losses from 53% to below 14% now actually serviced the entire investment.
NDPL committed itself for enhancing consumers' experience and providing them with world-class services and facilities. Where earlier there were only 19 payment centers for 10 lakh consumers, NDPL has set up 1,200 payment avenues. NDPL also uploaded the entire billing details of its consumers on the website from where they can view their bill, take a printout, apply and track a new connection application, and post their grievances for speedy redressal. NDPL also established consumer care centers, which are handled by customer care executives under the supervision of customer relation officers and customer service officers. NDPL has introduced automated bill payment kiosks, a first in Delhi and NCR region, operational 365 days a year. These unique ATM-like kiosks accept both cash and check payment towards electricity bills and even issue a receipt to the consumer. NDPL has also started the SMS email alert facility for new connection applicants as a reminder to make payment.
I feel the past situation is wonderful because I compare it to what it was, but here I thought the past situation in general has improved, but I'm told it's NDPL's coming in that has made the difference.
टाटा की वर्किंग और एनडीपीएल के जो एम्प्लॉइज़ थे उनका स्वभाव, उनका एक दूसरे से मिलना, समझाना, तो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता तो मुझे इनके साथ ऐसा इंक्लिनेशन होगी, ऐसा प्यार हो गया कि हम एनडीपीएल के हर काम में साथ चलने लगे.
The approach to problem solving at NDPL has always been out of the box. To face the challenges before it, NDPL decided to implement Geographical Information System (GIS). The latest technology was used to capture geo-reference data and build source data for creating a distribution system operation model to automate and improve its operations by implementation of distribution management and outage management system. On implementation, GIS system has become the communication platform for various operations of NDPL. With the inbuilt potential of providing various analyses, decisions are taken more efficiently and in a more informed manner.
We have implemented SCADA. A lot of utilities end by implementing the DA part of the SCADA, that is data acquisition part of the SCADA. We decided that that's not sufficient, that's not enough. So we implemented the entire supervisory control as well as the data acquisition part, and as a result of that, today 90% of our grid stations are fully automated, remotely controlled from our power system control, and have no people manning them.
NDPL has also set up a centralized control system for optimizing the decision-making process for the power system in a real-time scenario. The Center for Network Management comprises of state-of-the-art electrical automation systems like SCADA, Supervisory Control and Data Acquisition, EMS, Energy Management System, and DMS, Distribution Management System. A company that believes in constant innovation, NDPL has acquired and deployed the world's latest and India's first cable fault locator mobile equipment. The equipment locates the cable fault deep within the ground accurately and quickly, allowing speedy fault rectification and power restoration.
As a distribution company, NDPL has been depending on purchasing power from wherever it can source. However, for uninterrupted power to the city, it is important that a certain component of generation should be captively held by NDPL. In this area, NDPL has already taken steps to set up a 100 megawatt plant at Rithala.
NDPL is the first Indian utility to join the Intelligent Utility Networks (RUN) coalition. The coalition is working together to accelerate the development of common standards, technology solutions and processes for intelligent networks. NDPL is sensitive to the aspect of climate change and has committed itself to introduce energy-efficient and greener technologies. NDPL has embarked on solar powering its buildings and is also engaged in setting up solar-powered traffic lights in its distribution network. NDPL also has an extensive energy conservation program called NDPL Energy Club. The campaign, through over 50,000 students, has sensitized more than 5 lakh people towards this cause.
I think we need to sensitize our consumers intensively and extensively on the need to conserve energy. NDPL started doing this 5 years back when we set up energy clubs, NDPL energy clubs at schools and colleges in our area of operations. We have been able to sensitize more than 100,000 students, who is the younger generation majorly affected by climate change, on the need to conserve energy. On the other hand, we need to also generate more and more of green power. While NDPL is putting up solar plants on its own balance sheet, we are also encouraging our consumers to become producers. They can put up solar panels on their rooftops and produce green power, which we would buy from them, or they can consume themselves. This, in my view, would be a big step towards sustainability.
NDPL also started a unique initiative of providing free life insurance of 1 lakh to residents of JJ clusters who have taken metered connection. NDPL also conducts vocational training programs to generate employment opportunities to less privileged women in its network. NDPL has the rare distinction of being the first power distribution utility from India to have received the prestigious honor in the international category by winning the 2008 Edison Award. It has been an eventful journey so far for NDPL. The efforts ranged from successfully transforming a dilapidated network system to winning the trust and confidence of a large consumer base, which has started expecting miracles in power supply situation from day one.
Transforming the distribution sector is at the very heart of transforming and improving the power sector in India. And that will bring about the economic change and be the engine of growth for the country.
NDPL has been a great success story in the reforms process undertaken by the Government of India. There have been a number of benefits that have accrued to the Government of Delhi, to the customer, and to the companies who have undertaken this exercise.
Power distribution in Delhi has been privatized, and it's perhaps the only success story of privatization of power in India in modern times.
Today, NDPL's success story of public-private partnership can be an inspiration to other states struggling with electricity distribution reforms. It can serve as a model for those on the threshold of change.